Hi, I'm Ruth Rickey, and today I'm going to show you how to use Caljava's awesome molds and cutters. We're going to start today with the Elite Bridal Ivory Rolled Fondant, and I'm going to roll out a big piece of it, and I'm going to show you how you can make a whole bunch of swags in no time. It's amazing. This is designed for production and for making a wedding cake and still having time left over. So I'm going to roll out my fondant. I'm trying to leave a little bit of thickness because the mold does have some depth to it, and I don't want to get too thin to lose that depth. We're going to be using first number 909, and I'm going to use the cutter that comes with it. And when I first saw this, I thought that I was going to have to roll the paste into the mold and then try to cut and get a good clean cut on the mold itself. But that's not how you use this. We're actually going to make it so much easier. I'm going to cut out here each of my little swags. Like I said, I've left these a little bit thicker because I want to make sure that I can show all the depth of that pretty mold. Let's see, I think I'm going to be able to get 4 today. And then I can just scrunch up the excess paste, and we'll use that when we do the rest of them. Now I'm going to take this and turn it over. And this side is sticky because it's been touching the mat and it hasn't crusted to the air. And I can use my lovely pump brush that Caljava makes, and it's filled with super pearl. And I'm just going to brush onto the top of this where it was still a little sticky. That tackiness is going to take the pearl and hold it in place even without any shortening or anything else. You don't need to add liquid or shortening or any other method of getting that luster on, and now it's going to look more like satin and like fabric. And I'm going to take and press this into the mold. And you want to do your best to make sure that you don't lose the shape of your cutter. And I'm going to press in with my hands to get all those beautiful details of the swags. You can also take a small rolling pin and just roll right across the top to help get those lines in there. So whichever way works best for you is absolutely fine. But then you're going to be able to pop this out and have a beautiful swag ready to put onto your cake. So I'm flipping it over. Oh, and voila, look at the gorgeous swag that I have ready to go onto the cake. And I'm just going to add a little moisture onto the back. I'm going to make sure that I get the top edges and the bottom edge because that's going to be the parts that really need to grab hold. And I'm going to come over and put this in place onto my cake. The water makes it tacky, and so now it's going to hold without anything. I'm going to turn this over again, do the same steps. Now that we've got all of our drapes on, we're going to add the little ties that are hiding our seams. And so for these, there's a companion mold, which is number 908. And it comes with all the individual cutters so that you can make your small swags, your medium swags. Those will be made exactly like we made the big ones. And then you've got your little tails of all the sizes. We're going to do this large size so that we can complete this bottom tier next. And so for that, I'm going to start just as I did last time and roll out my rolled fondant into a large sheet. I'm going to leave a little thickness because, again, there is depth to the mold, and we want to be sure that we get that depth into our paste. When I have a nice even thickness that I think is still reasonably thick, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to cut out 4 joins, 4 tails. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces. And I'm going to do just like we did before. I'm going to take my mold, I'm going to flip one of my tails, and I'm going to add luster to the sticky or the wet side of it. And then I'm going to put it into the mold. And with my hands, I'm going to press in the details. And I'm going to do my best to get all those indentations to show. So now these molds are flexible, so I can just bend and pull that out. And it's so lovely. It's even got stitching and seaming on the bottom edges of the tail. It looks like it's actually folded fabric. And then I'm just going to take my water pen, same as before, and brush onto the back. And now this can go right over place. And this just has that beautiful rounded edge already ready for you. It's lovely. So did you blink and you missed when I did all of this other work? That's all right. I just jumped ahead through the magic of TV. But I've got 2 more swags to make, and I'm down to my little bottom ones, or I should say my smallest ones, which are actually going on the top. Same thing, I've used the cutter to cut them out. I'm going to put them into this tiny, cute little mold. I'm going to press that in with my fingers to get all the definition and detail. I'm just rubbing it in nicely. I'm going to pop that cute little thing out. Oh, it's so sweet. My goodness. Add a little more luster, because every girl needs a little extra luster. Just as before, I'm going to use my water pen to wet the back of it. And I'm going to put it into place. And now, voila, I have beautiful swags all around my cake. Beautiful tails. I could go back in and highlight more if I wanted to. But all of this is easily done with just molds that are available through CaljavaOnline.